Hold on.
No, we are. We
There
are
we
going
go.
live.
We're live.
And we are. Look at
It
that.
says we're live.
Welcome to episode 175 of This Week at Gear Report for the 17th of August, 2023. 175 episodes. I get more startled and bewildered with every week that we remain on the air. So
I know. I'm surprised they let us keep doing this stuff.
Yeah. That's the benefit of not having anyone to stop you is you just keep doing
Wow. I'm sure if
Right.
somebody could, if it was bad enough, they'd be like, hey, listen, guys.
Greetings, G23. We are pleased that you stopped by 30 minutes ago and left a comment. That was really nice.
It was early.
And my weekly reminder that I have yet to set up all the features of Stream Elements. So it gives me this one thing at the beginning, and I'm like, oh, yeah, well, that's what I just said, but at least we have it.
Maybe around the 200th episode, he'll figure that one out, and we'll get that one fixed.
I wouldn't count on it. Yeah. Good evening to you as well, Chris from the 740. All right, everybody chummy out there.
He hit a milestone the other day too, I think.
And what was that?
So was it 1 million views?
Whoa,
1 million views.
That's a pretty lofty number.
Yeah, it's big. There was a lot of zeros, so I was like, dang,
cool.
I was like, only if they paid for all the millions of views, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah,
wouldn't it?
TJ Play Nice is here for Guitarmageddon, I'm sure. Yeah, and we're not.
Everybody's here.
We're not there yet, but I always struggle with at what point in the show do we go into that. We got the ticker running already.
Dude, whenever you want.
Before I forget, we do want to call attention to what is on paper the sponsor of this program, and that would be Maxim Defense. So we thank them for supporting us morally and in theory financially. So we'll see if that ever happens. But and I'd like to. You know what? That's a good segue to Boo ATF.
Yay!
We're tying up our sponsor with so many legal issues that they have been hesitant to send money to sponsored programs. So thanks, you dickheads. I really appreciate that.
Priorities.
So, it was directed at the ATF, by the way, not Maxim. That was purely at the ATF. And I should watch my language because Mrs. Gear-Report had the program up on the TV on the big screen.
Ooh.
That you could watch. Say something funny and something interesting about our channels, she said. I was like, oh my goodness. That's a lot of pressure. I don't know if I can pull that off.
I'm out.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oops.
Funny. Come on. Like, you know me for decades. You really think I can pull that off?
Like, listen, I was done being funny when you said I do.
Yeah, really. Oh no.
What'd you do?
Trying to adjust my lighting back here.
See?
I was just noticing that I don't love the lighting balance.
I was giving you all the props for showing up like he was here minutes ahead of time, folks. And he was all ready to go, and now he's still messing with stuff.
I don't understand. It's not working. It's an app on the phone that turns it on, turns it off, changes the color, the intensity, all that stuff.
I don't know. I've just got a flashlight sitting on the desk here. No,
I'm gonna try another one. All right. Not to be intimidated by
how many lights do you have lying around there?
No, I'm trying a different phone with the same app on it. See if that helps.
What do you have all the phones for? I don't talk on them. I just use them for my lighting in my studio.
It's not working. All right, we're giving up on that background light tonight, and maybe it'll come on spontaneously later.
Maybe. Gizzard said,
Who
hey.
knows?
Just a hey.
What was that?
Gizzard gave us a hey.
I was over putting the Boo ATF. Oh, look at that. Welcome, Gizzard Gary, to the program. And let's see. A whole bunch of other comments. People being nice. We're going to leave that Boo ATF up there in place of the recent reviews segment. because I think Boo ATF is more important than talking about any recent reviews.
We're going to forgo about all the recent reviews that were published on this episode.
Yeah, we're going to skip that segment because, yes, because. Oh,
Yep.
I hit the wrong button here. All right, I am going to show off something.
Ooh.
Sort of.
Well, I'm going to show off something too.
Maybe. It's, see, you can't really tell what it is here.
No.
But, all right, these two guys here are holding handles, and the one in the back is pulling back. So this is one of those big slingshots to
slingshot showed up.
Water balloons. Yeah. And I saw this available at Amazon and was like, oh, I'm getting that. And I thought it'd be fun to play with the kids. But also, I'm thinking, you know, some of those events we go to where we're outside, we're going to
somebody's gonna feel some sting.
Yeah. And we got to be careful with lobbing ordnance at people at firearms industry events because we don't want anyone to actually shoot back, right? But we do have lots of blue latex or whatever this is. And how could you go wrong with that, right?
Blue latex.
Right. So, and there was something neat that I found out about. I got one of these and was like, oh my goodness, this is one of the greatest things ever. Do you know what this is? Yeah, it has, I want to say like 35 or 40 or something water balloons.
They automatically seal.
Yeah, you turn the hose on, and they not only do they fill up, they fall off on their own and they're sealed. You don't have to tie them.
We had them out here.
Glorious.
Just because it's Florida.
And they're really not that expensive. No. Like against how much work and hassle and pain and suffering goes into actually blowing up water balloons and all that. Yeah. I think that they're actually a pretty good deal. And, you know, understand that I am one of the more thrifty people you ever meet. So if I'm saying it's a good deal, I'd like to think that kind of means something, you know?
I mean, you're top of the list for people I know.
Yeah. for the thrifty people.
For thrifty people, you're like, you set the bar.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a high bar, but you know, someone's got to reach for it.
Yep. Oh, can I do show and tell too?
Can you?
I can.
Yeah, do it.
I got in that knife from Knife Forge.
Oh, I am really looking forward to seeing this. That thing looked really intense. Hold on. I'm gonna make your screen big here.
Make my screen big. There you go.
Yeah. That's like they put Damascus on top of Damascus on top of more Damascus.
Yeah.
And then a whole bunch of custom machining, it looks like. Wow.
That ends sharp too, by the way. I found that out. It's the one, like, I was looking at, like, what don't I, you know, as we do, as reviewers, we always find out what we don't like about it. And the first thing I said when it closes, hold on.
Ooh, it leaves that exposed, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. But it comes in a sheath that it goes in. So, and it has a loop you can put on your belt. So yeah, that came in. I was like, everyone was like, oh, that thing's awesome. I was like, yeah. And it's heavy too. So
yeah, that's pretty cool.
So I got that in.
I agree with Chris that looks pretty awesome. All right, interesting.
I like it. Yeah.
So
I already cut up some stuff with it too. We had steaks tonight.
Yeah. That sounds pretty good. Right. So I've been going through stuff, cranking out more videos. We got I see Gary's here. He's the only one in this little band of miscreants that are doing videos on Amazon, and we've got some new incentive that we're not supposed to talk about, but I'll just say what I will say about it is that it has changed the priorities of all of the people in our little group to basically drop what you're doing and work on this. Like the gun snob took a day off of work to work on this stuff today.
Don't tell him that. They could be listening.
Oh, he works for himself. He does what he wants.
No, well then.
This is one of the things I dug out, though. Wireless mic system. I did a couple videos featuring this today.
How's that one work?
Pretty good. Yeah, it's a Saramonic, and typically what I use when I'm doing kind of run and gun type quick videos is this one down here. This just plugs right up in the bottom of the phone. So actually, I'll show you. This is the setup that I use for when I'm filming here at the desk. It just hangs right off the end of the phone, and then we've got these little tiny transmitters
They clip
that
on,
you clip on to, like, your shirt or your badge holder or whatever, and it actually works incredibly well, and it has a little noise canceling setting on it. Oh,
bless you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So anyhow, that's the one that I use most often, because this is the iPhone that I actually take it down for this program, but I have a pole that sticks up right here and hangs out over the desk and points down. And this is the phone that gets mounted there for like desktop reviews. So I took that down right before the program so as not to interfere with what anyone has going on.
There you go. I like it. I'm waiting. I'm just waiting. I know he's going to come up with Guitar Mageddon.
Oh, it's going to happen. I
know it's going to happen.
I don't.
I talked about it last week, and you're like,
"Oh, I sold an amp today. I sold a guitar recently. Like I'm doing good at moving stuff out. I do still have some things coming in, and
you're just replacing the holes, man.
Well, it's really because. Oh, hold on! I almost clicked the wrong thing here. I got to open a new window to do what I was going to do. No, I want to close that one.
I only have 17 tabs open now.
Well, 16, 17,
16, 30. Yeah, 16, 30, whatever.
Yeah. All right. I want to see the status of the guitar that I'm waiting on. The next review guitar. Ooh. Okay. All right. Let me.
If you jumped up off the desk and I ran downstairs, I'd be like, "Oh, I guess it's out front." He can't wait. Sorry, everybody.
I'm going to pull this to the other screen, and then I'm going to hit share. In theory, let me get that out of the way. No, not slides.
It's a slow process with StreamYard, folks.
Well, if someone smarter than me would have queued this stuff up and had it ready to go, but I figure I'll figure it out on the fly.
So yeah, this whole show's on the fly. We're just like, okay.
Do you see what I did different here with this order? Can I zoom in enough that you can? It's only zooming so far, but
I wonder where it came from.
Yeah, really. But this is going to be like a video series on the Guitar Gear Report channel. That's actually been growing and getting better interaction, getting better sales on the affiliate links. It's driving more revenue for the group of channels. So I'm putting more time and effort into it, and this is showing that. When I checked the status a couple hours ago, this was the latest one. It says the shipment is loaded on the flight from Shanghai to New York, and the flight has taken off.
Ooh.
Well, that was yesterday. And then I never saw anything that said it landed, and I was getting a little worried. Like, is it still up there? What happened? And now it says the shipment has arrived at New York and is ready for transportation to, and then it has something written in Chinese. I have no idea what it says. Yeah.
Well, they probably have a shipping facility over there for their stuff that they're doing over here.
I don't know. Yeah. Oh, dude, but check it out. The list of stuff bouncing around China is crazy. Like, it went out on the 15th at 6:36 in the morning, and it bounced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 updates on that day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Dude, that dude on the rickshaw must have been getting it.
7, 8, 9. I stopped counting. It looks like about 15 updates on the 16th, and then just the 2 today where it took off and then it landed in New York. So it's supposed to arrive on the 23rd. I'm optimistic it'll actually get here a little sooner. But this is my first purchase of a guitar directly from China.
Yes.
And the catch is, I thought I was ordering from a company in Los Angeles. Turns out that's where their office is.
Of course.
But this was that. And they're like, oh, yeah, it's in stock. It'll ship out in 2 days. Well, I didn't know that meant ship out from China in 2 days. I thought they were shipping from LA and it would get to me in like 4 or 5 days. No, it's probably going to be more like 10 days or something.
I mean, yeah, not terrible.
But my point here is that I am on a new adventure of purchasing something that has actually come from China directly. Even though I didn't
DJ Plain Eyes asked if it was Firefly.
No, it's not. Firefly ships out of California. I bought 10 of those. And I think I only have one left. No, I have 2 left, but I'm about to list one of them for sale.
You're gonna be out.
Yeah, and the other one's just too good. I don't want to get rid of it because it is. Well, seriously, it's the only acoustic guitar that I have right now.
Yeah. Well, it's that way with anything though. When you get stuff in and out, even with guns, you're like, you get an AR and you get an AR, you build an AR, you're like, God, this AR is so much better than the other ones. Like, all right, I'm getting rid of the other ones.
Well, I've literally had 10 or 11 from this brand, and I'm down to 2, and one of them, it's neat and it's unique.
Yeah.
It was a limited trial run that they did, and I guess it didn't. They decided not to pick it up. So they made I think they sold 57 of them. And instead of selling it on Amazon or through their website, they listed them on eBay at like 1 o'clock in the morning. And by the time most people got up, they were all sold out.
Yeah.
I just happened to be, the dog needed to go out. So I was sitting in the kitchen looking at my phone, like
notification popped up,
scrolling and, waiting for him to come back to the door so I can go to bed. And I saw that it was available. I was like, oh, isn't that interesting? I've never seen one like that. So I bought it, and they never made any more. So it's kind of like, for the people who like Firefly guitars, it's one of these rare, a limited run that they did once, and they said, nope, we're not going to do that again. So I think I may list that one for sale soon.
Now it's worth tens of dollars.
I'm not sure I'd push it that much. I need to look and see what I had in it. I think with shipping, I had a little over $250 in it. I'm hoping that I could get, 300, maybe a little extra.
Limited edition,
shipping and handling. But who knows? I mean, if I get out of it what I have in it, it's actually really nice. It sounds good. It plays good. Yeah. Just not really my style.
But limited edition. You figure how many of those were damaged in shipping? How many people bashed them over somebody else's heads?
Yep.
So there's probably if there's 30 left.
Set them on the bed, and then their spouse came and sat on it and crushed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
whatever. Yeah.
Or they're sending pawn shops because people need the money. Who knows?
Yep. So anyhow, and I've got the row of guitars back here behind me. Let's see, that one, 1, 2. So only 3 of those are for sale, like listed for sale. And then on the other rack, there's 1.
That's why it's the wall of guitars, because they're his.
3 on the other rack are listed for sale.
I envision you up there just surrounded by racks of guitars.
4 on the other rack are for sale. I think I'm under 20 now. And I really do want to clear out. Like I'm noticing a real pattern, and our audience is typically firearms enthusiasts. So I mean, you see the same thing with guns, where you may have a safe full of guns, and you pick you may have 20, 25 guns in there. You're to shoot 5 of them more than all the others put together, and that's how it is with the guitars. And I'm narrowing down like a handful that I really like. And I'm like, some of them, I want to keep them for now, but I pretty much know that, I don't know, maybe I'll keep it for another year or 2, play it a little bit, see if it grows on me. If not, it's gone. Yeah. I've only got a couple that I'm like, yeah, I think I'm just going to keep this. And I've already sold probably a dozen, 2 dozen that I had said, nope, I'm not selling it. I'm going to keep it. And I need to go through the gun room at some point and do the same thing and say, all right, what has been in here that I haven't touched in years?
Everything
that I love picking up and looking at, but I don't ever take it out and shoot it. So I need to go through both of those.
If you pull all the guitars off the gunroom door so you can actually get in there. And then...
No, that's the other corner. So
okay.
I did move things so that I can get in
a
little. I have good access. The guitars are in one corner, and the opposite corner is where the where the gun room is. So that works out pretty good. Let's see. DJ Play Nice has 5 in a regular rotation. That's pretty much where I am. And the odd thing is, for the first while when I started playing, I couldn't play an acoustic hardly at all. Like it's harder to push the strings down, and my fingers weren't strong enough, and it was a little more painful, because you had to work harder, so it'd tear your fingers up a little bit more. I've got to the point where I can actually play the acoustic much more now. I end up playing that a little bit.
There you go.
Yeah, and then that's similar. I've got 1 or 2 that I barely ever play, but I'm like, all right, on a special occasion, I'll get it down and mess with it. And every time I'm like, yep, never selling that one. That's nice.
It makes me such a better player.
The one right over my shoulder is the one that I got. You went with me over to that grocery store parking lot. We met the guy, and I bought that down by your place.
Yeah.
I don't play it all the time because it makes all the other ones I have feel like crap. And I'm like, if I play it too much, I'm going to want to get rid of all of the other ones, which maybe I should just play it more and get rid of more of the other ones. But I got to keep the rotation going because that channel is doing better. And on the influencer and affiliate revenue, the guitar stuff is bringing in more revenue to the channel. So or to the Gear-Report
family of channels.
Yeah, the family of brands and channels and whatnot.
Network, Gear-Report Network.
But yeah,
we should label
call it that.
I know we should label it, dude.
Man, we're gonna have to think of a new title for you, like naming genius or something. I don't know. We'll figure out something that makes sense. But anyhow, I need to keep the rotation of purchase, review, and get rid of going more aggressively.
Oh, look who just showed up. Oh,
make more room. Yep.
Dust Snob.
The Gun Snob took a break from his churning out videos all day to say hi. And it's good because
he's probably still churning them out. He just said hi.
Well, yeah. But I'll tell you, when you go into this high production mode on something creative like that, it can wear you out. It can make you like not want to do it again for months. And we have got, I'm too busy for more than one year. And I can confirm that he absolutely is. He's working on the same incentive that I've been working on, and it's amazing. Like, it's crazy, but it also means that we need to churn out literally hundreds of videos in a very short period of time. It's like crazy unrealistic what they've proposed.
But you're going to do it.
There's a big carrot out there where if you can pull it off, you have a good Christmas. So
there you go.
That's what we're working on.
That's what I'm doing. I gotta knock off.
Still working.
He's still where he's on. He's stopping by. Yeah, I've got to finish off a bunch of jobs before I hit all the. I've got a string of events. So we've got the TriggerCon right before IV88, and then after that I've got Crystal's Cruise. So it's like 3 events in 3 weeks.
Wow.
So
a cruise?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds awesome. Okay, so let's talk about that for a second before we move into some of the other like work-related stuff we could talk about. I'm curious. I am fairly certain that I saw, I can't remember what cruise line it was, but they had like a really, really obnoxiously large new cruise ship going out of Port Canaveral. Are you on one of the big new fancy ones, or are you?
No. We're on the old small party boat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what
they have
we've
the big
done.
one. Yeah, dude, it's a 3-dayer. Leave Friday, come back Monday. Perfect for me.
Oh, interesting.
But no, there's a couple giant ones out there. When you drive down A1A and you hit up to Canaveral, you can see them. You're like, man, those things are miles away, and I can see that thing. So they're huge. And then they had Carnival had the big one up here, the new one, and it's now it's sailing out of Miami. But so I just it's 3-dayer. It's perfect for me. It's all Crystal's getting out of me.
Those are
50 years, 3-day cruise.
Yeah. She's earned it, I'll say. Trying to help you out here. All right.
Yeah.
But no, those really, really big cruise ships, I look at them and it kind of freaks me out because they're too big.
They're too big. I would get lost in a second. I mean, I need to find like this. Our cruise ship is perfect because I know where everything is. But there's the whole back of the boat on the main level is the adult section. So there's a pool back there, 2 jacuzzis, there's a bar, 2 restaurants, and a pizza place. No kids allowed. I see a kid, get him out of here. And I don't play. And then I know where the casinos are. We know the restaurant. I know where everything is. I get on the big boat. They're like, oh yeah, it's got like 14 stories. I'm like,
right.
Well, these are they're on the 7th floor. These are on the 10th floor. This is on the 13th. I'm like, dear Lord.
Yep. Well, and they look to me like they appear too top heavy, and I've got to assume that there is some sort of a.
It's down. The hull is down in there.
Yeah, but I've got to assume that they've had some high quality marine architects doing all the math to say no matter how bad the storm gets, it's not tipping over. But still, when you see 10 floors above the gunnels, not above the water line, like you have 20 stories high over the water line, and think
when it's almost like they're like, who can we have design this?
Thinking about it.
Yeah. Who can we have design this? Oh, let's go to Keltec Engineers. They can design anything. Okay, perfect.
It's made out of black plastic, the whole boat?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. They always joke about Keltec guys being like the engineers and stuff being on crack and stuff. Like, what can we do? I don't know. We'll figure it out. That's what it seems like when you go on a cruise ship. You look up there, you're like, there's no way this thing should float.
Right. Yeah, it's so big. So big.
There's there's 10,000 people on this boat as well. Awesome. Nothing can go wrong.
You ever watch any of the shows where they give you kind of the behind the scenes of how the cruise ships work?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So much
before I cruised, I wanted to find out the ins and outs, and I'm like, I'm going to find out what they really think. And I was like, all right. Now I roll in and I take over my little area.
Nice.
Yeah. That's what you do.
That's what you do. I haven't done anything like that in a while. But if all of this stuff pays off that I'm working on, there may be a couple dollars to try to sneak away when the kids are busy.
You're down a couple kids.
Yeah, well, yeah, we only got one in the house right now. And I think the one that was like, I don't want to be here, I want to come home, I think that one has settled in a little bit. We came to terms this morning with and we had said we know what's going to happen, right? This kid has a pattern of anytime something changes, they kind of freak out a little bit. So we said, all right, just know up front you're not coming home for like a couple months because you're going to want to stay home. So we're going to take you and drop you off, and you better put some time into making friends because that's who you're going to be hanging with. It ain't going to be us at home because we're not coming to get you. Yep. And I thought about it today after I was told, okay, I've got a ride home from one of the teammates. I've got a ride home for like the first weekend in September. And now that that it's not just an indefinite, we've abandoned you at school, but there is, okay, he knows that there will be a trip home, that took the pressure off, the mental pressure, and now everything's okay. It's like, okay, I'm all right now. No biggie. As long as I know I'm going to come home at some point. Yeah. But it was the whole, no, you don't get to come home. Just stay there. That I think was making things worse.
You get to come home, but you do have to leave again.
I was requested this weekend to drive 3 hours, pick the kid up, bring him home. So 6 hours on Friday and then 6 hours on Sunday. It's like, that's 12 hours.
Nope. Not going
I
to happen.
got
Sorry.
way too much work to do. And yeah. So anyhow, let's talk about another piece of gear.
Oh, what do we got?
I didn't bring the other things up. I really wanted to show. I wonder where I put them. I don't think they're up here. I wanted to show another pair of shoes, and this is interesting. I think because you know me, I don't wear shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wear fake Crocs or Crocs.
Yeah,
That's about it. This is from
Fox all the time.
MTAC. This is from MTAC, and I needed new trail shoes, new backpack and hiking shoes. So,
ooh,
from
real shoes. Look at that.
Real shoes. These are more like real trail shoes kind of design with, big grippy soles on the bottom. And I've not even put these on yet. So I'm gonna have to try these out pretty soon.
How light are they? Pretty light.
This company is MTAC, which I'd never heard of before. I don't know how light this is. But I will tell you, I've got my little drug dealer scale down.
Oh, there you go. I figured you had a scale line around somewhere.
Oh,
for review purposes, not for anything else.
I had a friend was a police chief. I had a friend that was a police chief, and he warned me. He said, you ever get pulled over with that, and the officer is going to assume that's a drug dealer scale. And I said, what are you talking about? Like, I didn't even understand what he was saying. Like, I know what a drug dealer is. I know what a scale is. But
right.
Like, what are you talking about?
Like, is this on the drug dealer's paraphernalia pamphlet that, is this on the website? We can buy this? Is this the one they use? Or is it just randomly anything they can associate in any way, shape, or form with drugs, they're going to pull you over and search your car?
Well, yeah. Okay. There we go. That's ounces. I was trying to get it on ounces, and I couldn't read it where it was. All right. That shoe is just over a pound. That is 17.8 ounces. So that's not too bad. Yeah, I've had lighter, but it's not too bad. If we hit a dull spot in the program, I'll go grab the other pair. That was from like a no-name Amazon brand, like Chinesium. So we'll see if they're any good. I really don't have much expectations. The other pair is not up here because I actually wore them somewhere yesterday. I dropped a guitar off to be shipped, and I wore them for that. And they are from the famous outdoor company Helly Hansen, the two H's, the bougie like ski resort type stuff and other outdoor apparel. So they sent those. That's the first time we've worked with them. Yeah, first time we've worked with them at Gear-Report. So I've got to check those out. But those are pretty cool.
I like it.
In the world. What did you just walk into there, G23? I don't know. Yeah, good question, I suppose. But so those are the MTAC shoes will be an Amazon review that'll be up shortly, and the Helly Hansen will probably get a full written review, maybe a video review, something like that, depending on how good they are. I have something that trying to get the reflection right so you can see what it is. Maybe I should pull one of these out. This is something that came in.
Hold on while I whip this out, folks.
Glad you were paying attention for that. All right. For all the ASMR people, here's all your crinkle sounds.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
All right. Maybe you can tell what these are. Is it making sense now?
No.
Like that? You don't know what that is? All right. Someone leave a comment. Tell TJ what that is.
I don't play no Tetris.
Or this?
Oh, camo pattern stuff?
Or that?
That's strikies. Yep. I like it.
Actually, I want to see what all of them are now. This was a Chinese company sent me these to do an Amazon review. Oh, that's like a Cryptek type pattern.
Ooh.
And then a tighter.
What are you going to camo?
I don't know. That's that. I need some feedback. Probably what I'm going to start with.
A guitar?
an ammo can or something?
Okay.
Wait a second.
Oh,
I've got, and you can't see it. Right back here, there's a red guitar. The next one past it is actually a really weird kind of maroon / purple. I don't like
awesome.
it. I've got like next to nothing in it. It was trash when I got it, and I actually made it so it plays nice now, but it's ugly as sin. And I do need to paint it. And I said I was going to paint it desert tan to match my Humvee, and I never did that.
Oh.
So maybe I will do like a desert tan background and then do a camo pattern on it. I think I've got 9 different patterns here. Not sure what that one is. And this one keeps getting tangled with others. So that cattails, not just grass, that's cattails. And then I'm not even sure what this one is. Have you ever seen camo like that? I don't think I've seen camo like that. Anyhow, so I got all those stencils. And it's a shame I have them because you're the one who has all of the paint stuff, you know, for the what is it, Monster Tough Duty Coat, something like that.
Yep.
So anyhow, we'll have some upcoming fun with stencils, we'll call it, or we won't. Who knows?
Oh, we won't.
Yeah. Dang it. A couple of these keep getting tangled with each other.
Can't get them. No, you can't get them back in the sleeve.
Can't get them back in the package. Yep.
I had that problem all the time.
Yeah. So, and I got something else that I don't have to get that other thing out. I don't think I can get them back in the package while we're on the program. That's just going to sit. I do have here Bakeley. This is something I'm kind of excited about for other reasons. I've never opened it, so we'll get our live unboxing. So
here we are.
See, I don't know if this is pure gimmick or if it's actually worth it, but it is it's a metal deep dish pizza pan with a special coating that's supposed to be like really non-stick. So I will
deep dish pizza making. That's what I'm
in the
talking
name
about.
of science, I will make a pizza.
Yep.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about. See,
Yep.
Taking one for the team, Jeff.
I know. That's how dedicated I am, and that's another one of the Amazon reviews. Obviously,
That'd be a good one though. It's just you make a pizza, and if it sticks, then you say this thing sucks. You know.
I do know. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's all I'm going to get out to show people for now. Because I mean, I'm swimming in products. I can't hear you now.
I said you probably got. I said packages everywhere around there, like it's just stacked up.
It's
everywhere.
crazy. You come in my front door and there is a box that's 3.5 feet tall, maybe 4 feet tall, like 3 feet wide, 2 feet deep. It's huge. It's been there for a couple days. I hadn't even opened it. What is it?
Is it from Wayfair? You might need to feed it. No, I'm just kidding.
It's not. No. Ouch. That felt kind of wrong.
That was Wayfair's deal. That wasn't us deal.
All right. Let me see if I can find that other thing. Oh, there it is. Is this going to work? It sounds okay. Guitar-mageddon! Huh? I snuck it up on you that time.
No, because I knew that was going to be the intro. I was like, oh, here's the new intro for Guitar-mageddon.
Yeah,
and you
so
see some
for
flames come up on the screen, and you know
that would be amazing. Yeah, is that backing track too loud? I think it's okay. So I'm not going to show guitar this time. I mean, I will maybe if you want, but this week we have from Joyo a brand new. You get to see the live unboxing here.
All right, it is a big day.
Bass guitar preamp that they sent to review, and here we go. Does that look jazzy or what? snazzy,
It does.
whatever. Yeah. What's it do?
Snazzy. What are
I don't know
saying?
yet. But I had the opportunity to get it, and I thought that'll make a good Amazon review. Oh, it's output. That's interesting. It's got all kind of stuff on here. Input, through, output, headphone jack. It's got a master volume and then EQ stuff here in the middle. And then voice, blend, level, and drive. I don't even know what those do. We have a drive that you turn on or off, and then an on button, which I guess turns the whole thing on. So this is going to be fun to figure out what in the world it does. So, but this is for the bass guitar, of which I have this one right here for now.
Yep.
Which is a little, we call it a short scale. It's a Bronco bass, they call it.
Bronco bass.
I'm going to have to record. I'm going to have to record a better background track because it sounds like it goes out of tune a lot.
It does. Right there.
That part was okay. Anyhow, I'm gonna shut that off, and I'd like to thank everyone for taking part in the fantastic extravaganza we call Guitarmageddon.
Everybody's favorite thing. It's mine.
Oh, DJ Play Nice is that I had a feeling maybe that's what it was. Let's catch up. He says it lets you DI into a PA or your computer, which is good to know. So that means you don't have to have like a separate amp. You can go straight into a public address system, which is how a lot of bands set up and play. And that's actually what I run here in the studio is a multi-effects processor, and the line out goes into an amplified PA speaker. And I found that to be much cheaper and much more effective because I can model anything I want.
There you go.
Yeah. So this is going to be fun to play with. And it'll give me a reason to pull the bass guitar out because I got it. When did I get that? I think I got it as part of a bigger trade. Like, I think the guy wanted something and he said, well, here's what I have to offer. And then we actually worked out several other trades. We traded a whole bunch of stuff. Pushes out a line level signal. Good. All right. Well, this is going to be fun to play with. And then I'll play with it a little bit, get the reviews up, and then it will go up on the page. I'm going to show you a page over here.
Yeah, show the page.
Who is interested, we have a page on Gear-Report. If you go on the gray bar here to guitars and gear for sale. And boy, it's loading slow. But yeah, that's all the stuff that's left. There's not as much there used to be up here, but there are some cool things up there for sale, and this will be up there in a week or two.
Look at that! Look at that guitar for sale.
That is the crown jewel, so to speak. It's a 1989 like a signature model from Yngwie Malmsteen and the Swedish guitar phenom. I think he's Swedish. Pretty sure that's where he's from. He's got very little wear. Yeah. So anyhow, and we've even got a video of me hacking away at it because I do want to answer this question here. Does anyone 100% confirm that Jeff can actually play more than the intro to Smoke on the Water? I cannot play the intro to Smoke on the Water. Or at least I've never tried to. I literally don't think I have ever attempted to. I may be able to. I may not be able to. I don't know. I am a terrible guitar player, but I am getting slightly better as time passes. So, yeah.
If this Amazon stuff hadn't come up, he'd be a lot better. But
oh my goodness, yeah. Huh. All right, I'm checking. What did we miss here? Boy, lots of comments. Gun snob, this or that. Which shoes do you prefer? Oh, that's brilliant. That is I don't think it's in the right category though. The project that we're working on uses the hashtag this or that to tag every video that we push up on Amazon. And they've requested that they largely be comparison or top list or whatever. And so now we're all challenging each other to think outside the box and come up with, like, without having to buy a bunch of stuff, how can we knock out? I could, for everything that they sent me personally as a request to do, I could do 1,500 videos as part of this project. Snob's got 250 he can do. I have 1,500, but before we get to those, I am helping. One of my kids is also in this program and has 250 videos. So we're knocking out that child's videos first, because for some reason they were offered a higher rate than me. So we're going to max out the higher rate before we move on to the lower rate for mine.
You're like, just make sure that goes into my account.
Well, we'll see how that works. G23 says guitar. I'm pretty sure that's how you would want me to say that. Let's see. That's not deep enough for real deep dish pizza. That's what I thought too. That was part of what I wanted to see as I looked at the pictures and was like, is that really deep enough to call it a deep dish pizza pan? I agree. I don't think it is. But we'll see how it turns out. Yo, another yo for good measure. We appreciate that. Defense Dad. That's see. Good.
You're making up some yos for some of the slackers.
Yeah. So, all right. A question for anyone who wants to answer. Does anyone else have the problem? My delivery drivers do two things that drive me nuts. Number one, they will sometimes, especially if it's raining, they think they're helping, right? They'll put a package right by the garage door because there's a little bit of an overhang, and that's the only place we really have an overhang on the front of the house. So it's like they want to protect the package, so they put it there. But if you get in your car and hit the button to open the garage door, you don't see the package because it's behind the car and you run over it. So that's thing number one. Thing number two is we have a storm door on the front, and they'll put packages up against the storm door. So you can't open it without potentially ruining the packages. So that happens to anyone else.
I mean, all you Amazon guys, I figured you'd have like a designated spot with a tent or a tarp or something over it. Like, hey, Amazon here.
Okay, so if anyone would like to buy a tent to house your Amazon
sounds like Snob needs one. That's what I'm saying.
Come here on Gear Report on the gray bar. The second subheading is military gear. That first one in there is military HDT basics tents for sale. We used to refer to these as portable castles. And I'll be honest with you, we still refer to them as that. We just don't talk about them as much anymore because I only have a couple left. So if you want one, you're gonna have to jump on.
Look at how many Amazon packages you could fit in that thing. You just leave the flap open. Bam, there you go. Look at that. No parking spot.
Yeah, they're glorious. You could fit lots of packages in there. Yeah, we're gonna skip that one. Let's see. Talking about how much stuff the gun snob gets sent to him. It's a lot.
The Amazon 12-step program. Yeah, so it might. I don't know if it's an addiction though. It's more for.
It's for work.
It's for work. It's the program.
Yep.
And afterwards, when it ends and he's still getting just as much stuff, then might have a problem.
Oh, looks like I got it right here. DJ Play Nice confirmed. What do you say there? Ingwe? Youngwe? Right. No, he says Ingve. Old school shredder supreme, and he is Swedish. So there we go.
It sounds Swedish. Right. Anything else than that, I'd be like, no, not going to happen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Amazon drivers, they're always getting a workout, because Amazon doesn't like to have light days. That's money on the table for them. They want heavy days, people buying stuff every day. So if they're not hurting their delivery drivers, then they're not making enough money. Yeah.
Ours drives through, and I look and I'm like, he drives by, and I'm like, oh, thank God, he's not stopping here today.
Yeah,
I don't order a lot. I try not to, I don't order a lot of stuff. If I need something and I need it now, then I'll go to Amazon. If not, I can wait.
we have been getting typically no less than 2 trucks a day, whether it's from Amazon or UPS or whatever.
Pull up with dump trucks and dump it off in your driveway.
It's not unusual. It's not unusual for Gear-Report headquarters to have five delivery trucks in a day, 3 different Amazon trucks, a UPS, and a FedEx. Not unusual at all. So,
okay,
yep. Keeps us busy. All right, what the heck? How did Boo ATF get off of there?
You took it off for Guitar Mageddon.
Did I actually put Guitar Mageddon on the screen? I don't remember.
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
Well, just in case I didn't, Charmageddon. Okay, I think I did. I think I did.
I'm pretty sure you did. You're pretty efficient at this stuff.
Reviews
do stuff without even thinking.
I'm going to tell you, just go to the website and watch it. Check it every day, maybe multiple times a day. I mean, it's just a recommendation. I'm not telling you what to do. It's just a recommendation.
I leave it up all day on my other screen over here.
Yeah. Same here. Let's see. So we're not even going to, you'll see the reviews when we publish them.
Yeah.
And we've kind of been in TJ's happy hour the whole program.
Pretty much the whole time.
I'd like to formalize it now and say, hey, we're in TJ's happy hour.
All right. Cheers, everybody.
Oh, wow.
I'm not the most happiest. I've got a tooth that's bothering me, so I'm just pain meds.
Wow. Okay. I suppose that works.
Yeah. It's that annoying pain that every time I take a sip of something, every time I take a bite of something, it's like, awesome. But I don't have time to go to the dentist yet, so I'll deal with it.
Dude, I hear you. I chipped a tooth, had a piece fall out in late May of 2021. And I keep saying, I should probably go have them look at that. I hadn't done it yet. And it's annoying because every time I eat something, I have to get my little pick out and
pick it out. Yep.
Get the stuff that's lodged in there out. And
I think I got something down in there, and I had part of my molar broke off.
That's exactly what happened to me.
It bothers me once in a while.
Yep, I hear you. Oh, I wonder what that was for.
You find a random part.
Well, yeah, it's a little rubber feet thing.
Oh, it's probably for that. Little blue thing. Yeah, that makes the most sense.
Yeah, so I'm going to put that. Yeah, because it does not have any of those on the bottom. I'm really excited about that. And the downside is, if you look around the studio here, you would think I am a solid musician that is a multi-instrumentalist.
Oh, yeah.
The truth is I can hack away on the guitars a little bit. The bass guitar, I can do almost nothing. I can do, like, if I really concentrate, I can play like part of the bass line from Seven Nation Army. I figure if you know that one, and I want to learn like the what do they call it? The Imperial March from Star Wars, the boom, 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 boom. I want to do that on bass. If I get those, then I'm pretty much done.
What else do you need?
Right. Banjo, I messed with for a couple days and was like, this is hard. So I may revisit that later. I don't see that happening. Ukulele, I think I do have a future with some ukulele. I think I am going to learn how to do that a little better.
I've been slacking. It's over there. It's on top of the gun safe.
Yeah. Well, mine is behind the rack of guitars that's over here. I can't get to it unless I go digging. So it doesn't get played much.
Well, awesome. I love it.
Yeah. Yep. So let's see. Current events. What is going on in the world that we need to talk about?
What is
the ATF is okay. Here's something that we can talk about real quick that I'm a little alarmed about. Is I keep hearing these rumors that Biden's administration is directing the ATF to administratively make it a rule violation to have a private sale of a firearm that is not routed through a 4473.
Yeah, I saw that.
And that is very troubling. But I feel like that how deep do I want to go into this? I feel like most people, most of the Democratic voting base has been told that guns are evil, and therefore they feel like we have to do something. But many of them have never touched a gun. They don't understand them.
Yeah.
They've not shot. They don't know what you can do with them, safely. They've just been told that they should be angry about them. Oh, interesting. ATF finally approved CCW permit to bypass background check. Are you saying that's on a federal level? Because I know in North Carolina that's been the case. If you have a concealed carry permit, then FFLs are not required to process a 4473. But
in Oklahoma.
Do. Well, like one of the best places for deals around where I live.
And he spelled it wrong the first time, so there it is the second time.
You know, it didn't even faze me. I'll be honest.
I read it like Snob was saying it, and I was like, it sounds fine to me.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But I'm kind of at a point where I saw it and was like, bless his heart. He tried. I knew what he was trying to say. That was good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyhow, Academy Sports is a big chain near us that buys in such volume that they have like loss leader deals on guns all the time. Yeah. And I know people who go buy guns there every week just because they're cheap, and I bought some guns at what's the other one that I went to? I can't remember, but
Gun South Studies, he still spells better than Clover.
But there's another one in town that I bought a gun at, and before I was on an FFL, I was like, well, of course they have to do the 4473, and then I got the concealed carry permit, and they're like, well, you still have to fill this out, and I said, I don't have to fill that out. Yeah. Here, I just gave you my concealed carry permit. We're in North Carolina. That means you don't have to run it. Well, it's a corporate policy. We do. And I said, enjoy selling that gun to someone else.
Yeah.
Because I do not jump through legal hoops like that. I'm not filling out a 4473 when I don't have to.
I've already done all this stuff to not have to do that.
I'm already approved.
Yeah.
The only way that they're going to deny me is an administrative error. Why do I even want to be involved in this process when it's completely meaningless and, serves no purpose that benefits me or anyone else in the community? It's just more administrative bureaucracy. And it's our policy. We don't have any choice. It came down from corporate. Every sale doesn't matter. And I was thinking that I could potentially, literally, Alan at Quarter Horse Arms sometimes doesn't get as good of a deal on wholesale as, and this is not just Alan, but since that's the FFL that I'm on, that's what I know about. Often Academy will sell things for less than he can buy it. They'll sell it at retail for less than he can purchase it as a dealer. And I've thought about, maybe at some point I'll go in and buy something and they'll say, here, fill out this 4473, and I'll hand them the FFL and say, no, thank you. Here, just transfer.
Yep. Transfer
from your FL to ours and see what they say.
Especially if it's such a good deal.
And if they're like, well, no, you still have to fill it out. Like, yeah, no dice. Ain't gonna happen.
Right.
Oh, we got a lot of discussion on this stuff going on here. Let's see. Yeah, Oklahoma should have better gun laws, but FFL sales, yeah. Private sales are private here for now. Until,
well, I mean, I'm gonna throw it out there. There's still gonna be private sales.
Right. But there, I feel like that there are people who don't care about anything gun related. Like, they don't hate guns, they don't love guns. They literally see it as a political issue that they can use to manipulate their voting base. The Republican side want to rile people up about protecting gun rights, even though they don't really most of the time. And then the Democrat side want to rile people up to take away the gun rights. And it's really, as far as both of them are concerned, just a tool to use to point their tribes at each other and make them fight. And they don't care beyond that. And I find that to be so disingenuous that I think that part is probably as insulting to me as anyone else. Like, you're going to play with my rights as a political sport, basically.
Right.
And vote buying scheme, not because you actually believe any of the things you're saying that justify it. And that, I find, it's so disingenuous. And our politicians need to do better. I think that's where I'm going with that. I have trouble putting a sentence together. It makes me so mad.
It gets me fired up. Every morning I check in. I'm like, all right, but it's neat. We got a lot of the YouTubers and people in the gun community covering everything. So it's usually up in the morning, or Jared's got it on. It'll come on in the afternoon or something. It'll come on. I'm like, all right, let's see what's going on. So I'll see what's going on and be like, oh, great. Email DeSantis and be like, all right, let's nip this in the butt. Email Scott and everybody else. We got Rubio. That's all we can do.
Wow. Defense Dad, there's a local ordinance. You have to report a gun purchase to the police department, it looks like, as a city ordinance. That's jacked up.
That is jacked up. What's that? Is that Chicago? No, it's not.
So Gun Snob says, I will sell my private to anyone with money. Just saying. And I think the only appropriate response to that is $20 is $20.
$20, right? Yep.
Or $10 or $5. I mean, I don't want to set your rates for you. That's up to you.
You didn't put a link to your page, so nobody can get there.
Yeah. Within city limits, Defense Dad says, within city limits in my town only, any handgun private sale has to be reported to the local PD if you only have a purchase permit. The CHP voids that requirement. Yeah, so our pistol purchase permit scheme was finally taken out. Well, I mean, they've been trying to do it for decades. And it finally got taken out. I think it was just a few months ago, like probably at the end of the legislative session that took effect at the beginning of February, I'm assuming.
Yeah. I remember having to go through that. I was like, oh, I want to buy this pistol. And they're like, all right, you got to go down to the police department. I'm like, why?
Right.
Like, you have to get a permit. I'm like, that's the first pistol I bought up there in North Carolina. I went through all that crap. And they're like, once you get it, you can buy several with it, right?
Well, I don't remember what it was back then. But eventually they changed it to or what it was before they took it away was one permit per pistol.
Oh,
and they were good as
long as the guy said. He goes,
sheriff said so.
Yeah.
So like if you get a pistol permit right before your sheriff gets voted out, it may be good for 2 months. If you didn't buy something, too bad. You got to apply again to the next sheriff. Yeah, it was a really weird system, as if number of people that a sheriff has under them, like as if they actually can make any real determination about
I remember sitting in the office and looking at the guy. He was looking through some stuff, and he goes, like, I don't know what he pulled up,
It was OnlyFans, and he was just acting like he was evaluating your permit.
Well, then, yeah, that's why I got the gun.
I don't know. It's baffling to me.
It was. That was my first pistol permit I did up there. That's my first gun I bought in there. Was a Smith & Wesson, I think 5906.
Where'd you get that?
there was that gun shop down in Silva, the pawn shop.
Was it in Silva proper, or because I'm trying to
Towards
remember
towards.
we
I'm
used
trying
to
to
go
think
to
what
like a
it was
pawn shop.
before.
That was
It was
on
before
the highway.
Dillsboro. Yeah,
That's the other direction. I think. I thought there was one towards Waynesville that like you're coming around a big curve on this mountain highway, and then
there was
off
one
to
up
the
there.
side was a little pawn shop that it was like you walk out the back door, you fall down into the ravine. It was like on the side of the mountain.
Yeah. And then I remembered
I bought several of my first guns there.
Yeah. And then a first pistol there. And then I think I bought a shotgun. And then I found out Rose's sold Milsurp. Dude, I was like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh. I was like, I wish I would have bought everything they had. If I knowing now what I didn't know then, I would have bought everything that they ever had in there. That ever came in. They had SCASs, AKs, Mosins.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they had M1 Garands in there. I think they had everything.
Oh my goodness,
crazy.
I bought an SKS there, and I remember
like $60.
I think it was 90, but or something like that. I don't know, but I think that it was something like that. But I remember taking it back to the house, and going to our shooting range. So for those who don't know, TJ and I lived we were neighbors in the fraternity house, not in the same apartment, but in neighboring apartments. And we had directly behind our house, before we moved in there, the landowner had cleared out a big flat. It was on the side of a hill, and they had cleared out a section like they were going to build an apartment complex there. And then they never built it, which I think they eventually did after
they did
10 years after we left, they
now,
did. But it sat there for 15, 20 years as just a big flat area that they'd cut into the side of the mountain, which meant you had this whole exposed wall that was like
it was a giant
shooting backdrop. It was amazing. It was a great place to go shoot recreationally, but it was across the highway from the university. And I remember sitting in a classroom because I had a bunch of classes in the closest classroom building to our fraternity house, and we didn't have air conditioning in that building that I remember, and so the windows were open whenever it was hot. It was a little warm that day, and it was probably you, TJ, instigating and getting people out there on the range shooting. But I'm sitting there in class, and then you hear boom, 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 boom all over the place, and people are like freaking out, and I'm just chuckling. And teacher's like, I don't know what's going on, but do please pay attention. And someone was
over yonder. Don't worry about it.
And I said, no, I know who it is. It's okay. Don't worry about it. They're shooting into the berm back there. Everything's fine.
It's fine, people.
Yep.
That's back when was that before or after they were taking all the asbestos out of the buildings?
That was before. That was before.
Remember, you're in the buildings when they were doing that? We're having classes, and there were these guys in these hazmat suits walking through with these giant tubes and stuff, removing the asbestos from our buildings while we're in there, like, whatever. It's okay, kids.
Actually,
you're fine.
I don't
You're
remember
safe.
that. I thought you were talking about the fraternity house, because that happened, I think, after we left.
That was after we left too. Asbestos was everywhere up there. It was grethink it was in the Belk building. It was the arts building, the one over there by the stadium.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah. That's so they took the asbestos out of there, because I was in there a lot with my design classes, and
right.
It's fun times. Still waiting.
Explains a few things.
Does.
Yep. All right. Well, look, we've hit an hour and 8 minutes, hour and 9 minutes.
We're good.
Of pure joy. So I'm going to put the last call for comments out there. Oh, man.
Oh, dude. Asbestos is why Jeff lost his hair, isn't it? Sue those some bitches.
I like to say that there's just too much activity going on under the surface, and there's a little too much heat. It's kind of baking the hair off. The other theory that I have heard, and I didn't make this up, is what I've heard, is that the more virile you are, the more likely, the more hair loss you will have. That it has something to do with having too much testosterone or something. I don't know.
I've heard that.
And I know that as poorly as I have been eating lately, um, um, there's a story behind the gun stops comment here, by the way, and I'll share that with you because why the hell not?
Yeah.
So we've got a group of five people that are in this Amazon program where we're churning out videos, and we got this invitation yesterday to participate in this incentive program where we got to crank out tons of videos. So I'm like, heck yeah! Everywhere I walk in the house, I'm shooting videos, including. I got in the shower to take a shower and was like, ooh, they want us to compare products. Well, I'm going to compare this powdered shampoo with the regular liquid shampoo. But this will be a better video if the water's running. Well, I don't want to get my clothes wet. So I made sure to share with this group of people, not the general public, which I suppose I'm doing now, but with this group of people, I sent them a link to the video that once it was published on Amazon and said, every time you see this video, I want you to know that I was naked when I shot this video. And yeah, and it was the video about powdered shampoo, which
Nice.
as an
Which one did
aside,
better?
As an aside, I don't understand why we do liquid hand soap, liquid shampoo, the wet toothpaste. I mean, there are a whole variety of things that it makes more sense, like from a logistics standpoint, from a storage standpoint, ship it as a powder and rehydrate it when it gets there. Like shampoo, you're going to put it on, you're going to get your head wet and then put the shampoo on. Why do you need liquid shampoo that's so much more bulky and heavy? Ship it as a dehydrated powder. It'll be less costly. It'll take up less space. And the powdered shampoo is amazing. It works great.
Your hair looks fantastic.
Yeah, thank you. Which one? This one? Right?
Yeah.
There is one up here, by the way.
Dude, yeah.
Yep.
You missed it.
Yeah.
You missed like one patch and it's like 4 inches long, just hanging down, just flip it back up.
I threatened my kids for years that when I got to the point that it was thin enough on top, I was going to do a massive comb over. And I just haven't.
You met my dad? Have you met my dad a couple times?
Maybe
or once
decades ago.
Right,
if he ever came up to the house, but I don't know.
It was yeah, he was big and scary, but he had I've got the same hair, and like once side A connects to side B, he had it so long, like we would play basketball and it would just and he'd flip that thing back up. I was like, Dad. He was like, what? It's fine. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
I'm
gonna have the Jeff haircut.
One of my grandfathers had luscious full head of hair his entire life. The other one, by the time I met him, which I hate to say it, but I'm thinking he may have been like my age when I was born. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like my current age is probably about the age of my grandfather when I was born. And that's freaking me out. But my mom's dad he's completely shiny right up through the middle. And he had a comb and swirl. And yeah. And I've said for years, I'm going to do it at some point. Just
dude, you have to.
Because I think it'll be hilarious.
It will be.
But I can't stand, like, it's already getting a little long for me. So
it's the same with the beard for me. I can't. Everyone's like, why don't you grow a beard? I was like, well, first of all, it's going to be super gray. Second of all, once it gets like in the corner of my mouth, I don't want to have to do all the trimming and all the combing. And I was like, let's keep it this way. That'll be good.
All right. Later to DJ Play Nice, who has said, goodbyes for the evening. Defense Dad's rubbing in that his hair is so thick that he'd end up with clumps like you do with powdered laundry detergent. Or like you do with powdered laundry detergent. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, you rehydrate it in your hand a little bit, and now it's the same as using the liquid shampoo, but you don't have that heavy stuff you got to ship everywhere. I think it makes sense. And there may be a slight downside, but we would gain so much in logistics savings that it would be worth it as a society, I think. I get a haircut every 3 weeks and then wow. Which one? He says he gets a haircut.
Every 3 weeks, it's
yeah. This one right here, every 3 weeks it gets cut.
It's a long one.
Yep. All right. Thanks everyone for being here. We'll be back next Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern.
We will be
with episode 176 of This Week of Gear Report. Until then, we'll see you at the range.